What's up, everybody? This is your Valkyria Chronicles on PC Let's Play. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the one and only Ben. Ben, did people know you? Have you done a lot of Let's Plays on IGN?
I've done a lot of producing of Let's Plays.
Exactly, that's the thing.
Like
you're a behind-the-scenes guy for most part.
Yeah.
You got to deal with Bobby and I all the time, setting us up, doing all this dumb stuff.
That's fine though. I love it.
Well, your last name's Jenka.
Yeah, Jenka.
Tell everybody about yourself. What do you do here?
What do I do?
We'll jump in and play the game. But what do you do?
I produce Let's Plays for IGN. I started a little while ago. I used to do a lot of stuff on Twitch for other sites.
Never heard of them. Other sites, they don't exist. No, other sites don't exist.
There's
it's
one
just
place.
IGN.com.
It's IGN.com.
Stay locked. That's the state of affairs, IGN.
Yeah.
For a viewer right now watching this, that's how sad it is around here. That Ben and I are the only ones who understand Valkyria Chronicles is an amazing franchise, an amazing game. Why did Valkyria Chronicles 3 never come to the United States? I don't know. It's
so
angering.
great.
But here we are, Valkyria Chronicles. Of course, a PlayStation 3 game originally. We all fell in love with it. Ryan Clements couldn't get enough of it. We all bonded over it. But it was a franchise that then kind of went away for most of us, Ben.
Yeah.
Number 2 came out for PSP. I was very happy with that. Apparently, Sega was not happy with the sales, though. 3 came out again to PSP in Japan, never came to the States.
And that's a damn shame.
What this means, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing to this whole thread, then, is that I never got trophies in Valkyria Chronicles.
Exactly. But now they have it on Steam. I think there's achievements, and I also think there are cards.
Yeah, there are. That's how Steam works.
Yes.
You got those Steam's Achievos.
So I'm really stoked about the cards.
Now, Ben, for everybody who's tuning in for the first time, they don't know much about Valkyria Chronicles. They've only heard us yammer about it on Podcast Beyond. How do you sum up this game?
I'd say it's anime World War II with XCOM everywhere.
Yep, nailed it.
It's super anime and super XCOM. So.
You have this strategy. You're moving your team across here. Obviously, you see that bar at the bottom, depleting. Those are your action moves to get up to people to actually do your things you need to do.
And crawl through the grass, be super sneaky if you need to.
Yeah, exactly. Take down his accuracy, if you will. But that was the thing about Valkyria that I loved. I mean, gameplay-wise. We'll get to the story and everything else, and style, of course.
Yeah.
But that it was an approachable strategy game,
exactly.
Right? You jumped in, and it eases you into this, where you understand what's happening. You keep popping out here. You understand your command points. You understand your characters. You understand how to move people to where they need to be.
And it was also, like, it got super challenging, for me at least.
No, for me too, man. Yeah, Valkyria Chronicles ramps.
Yeah, it teaches you, like, some basic stuff, and then it's like, all right, you got sort of a grasp on it, go.
Yeah. And for me, not to take anything away from the original, that's why I love 2 so much, is that it was a great portable experience.
Yeah.
Like, you could go anywhere, and, you put 15 minutes in, and you lose, and it wasn't like, well, I wasted all this time. It's like, well, that was a mission. Now I'll go take it out another one.
So I didn't get a chance to play 2 or 3. I've only played the first one.
Okay. Well, first one, of course, came not out of left field. But when it got here, people were blown away by how good it looks. It's awesome to see that it stands up here on the PC.
Oh, yeah. It's super pretty on the PC. I actually think it runs... It feels like a higher frame rate.
Yeah. I mean, it looks smooth. This is always the challenge with playing games that are re-released on something. Like, oh man, this looks just like I remember it, and then I go back and play PS3, and it turns out it doesn't run as well. It didn't do this. Just in my head, it looks great. Because at the time, we had never seen anything like this.
No, God, the art style alone, like, forget like super graphical fidelity or like frames per second. Just the fact that it's like a hand-drawn, cell-shaded, like, it's so pretty.
So the question then, as you were telling me right before this, that you had played Valkyria Chronicles on a stream not too long ago.
Yeah, I had my people that watch my stream, they were like, you need to play this Valkyria Chronicles game, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's wartime game, strategy stuff that's going to make you feel really bad about your life. And I, of course, jumped on board, and I almost cried in front of a ton of people watching me at certain points.
I mean... as you go through this, I don't know how it's looking to somebody who's getting their first taste of it. There is an awesome anime story connected to all this.
Yes, there's actually an anime that got released at one point.
Yeah. And so, yeah, see Alicia here as she grows and matures and everything else that happens in this game. No spoilers. I'm not going to say anything.
No, I'm trying to keep away from spoilers as much as I can.
Sure, and it's tough. But basically what you're saying is you're going to get to know these characters. You're going to fall in love with them. I did, at least. You probably will, too. And then you get to go through these things and deal with a whole bunch of stuff.
I guarantee that everyone will like at least one character from the main cast, and they'll like one of the... Because even the side characters that you recruit have their own personalities, and they're really fantastic.
Yeah. The game does so much so well. I'm glad to see that it looks like it's not screwed up on PC.
Yeah, no, it's a really good port.
And how much do you know? Did they add things to the PC version, or is it literally just the PlayStation 3 version brought over with those Steam Chivos and cards?
It's got the Steam Chivos, it's got the cards, it's also got all the DLC.
Ooh,
so that's pretty good.
Okay, that's really good. Yeah, yeah.
So I can actually visit that because I never got it on the PS3. I didn't even bother with that.
Sure.
So that's in there if you want it. It's the complete Valkyria Chronicles 1 package.
Damn, that's nice. Would love to have this on PlayStation 4. Hint, hint, Sega.
There you go.
I know you're real busy making Sonic games. Maybe you could stop for a second, go back to this.
Slow your roll, pump your brakes.
It's just heartbreaking that it didn't find an audience here in the States.
It's true.
It's one of those games that snobs like us love, but...
But from what we've been seeing with what's going on with the PC version, it was like #1 on Steam, I think, earlier. So that's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, it's I think, you know, the PlayStation 3 was an interesting place when this came out, right? It wasn't the best-selling system, right? Like, if you're of short mind, PlayStation 3 struggled quite a bit when it came out. So to get it out, get a game like this of this caliber out on it, it's one of those things that everybody at the time who was playing on PlayStation 3 playing this game, right? You start cutting that pie up. You get to such a sliver that's like, this is amazing, that it gets word that it's amazing, but it never. It's like a Psychonauts, right? It's like a Grim Fandango.
It's a lot like that.
You know this game is awesome, but you never played it yourself because it wasn't like something right there in front of your face. There's always 15 games coming out every freaking Tuesday.
It's kind of really fantastic. There are a lot of those games that are like that. Like Grim Fandango is getting pushed out again for people to play it. This is getting put out on PC for people to play it. Like,
my turn, okay?
It's happening, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
the Renaissance.
Stoked. Just sit there and dream a dream and pull whatever game you wish was more available, and it'll probably end up being more available somewhere.
We're getting there. Hopefully, this will motivate Sega to put it back out. At least bring the. You already have the third game done.
Yeah.
Port it over to the Vita. Come on. Port it to Steam. I don't care. Just get it out there. Let us go back into this world and find out what happens. Of course, Valkyria Chronicles always on the top 25 PlayStation 3 games list.
Yes, definitely.
A classic. It'll be interesting how Steam takes to it. Any closing thoughts, Ben?
Go out and buy this game and play it. It's great.
I gotta agree with Ben on this one, ladies and gentlemen.
It's super good.
Yeah, go buy it. Speak loud with your wallet to Sega that we want more Valkyria Chronicles, that this was an amazing game, and for everything about cool video games. Keep it here on IGN.